is up. I want her out. Did you hear me? I said I want her out.
Why all the dresses?
Get this. Mr. Campbell loved my performance so much he wants to have dinner with me tonight.
That's wonderful.
Isn't it? I bet he wants me to audition for another of his shows. Anyways, I have to look my very best. Sophisticated and glamorous and ready for anything.
You always look that way.
Fathead.
What's that?
Nix!
Don't snap your cat. I'm not the secret police. Wait, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just trying to make conversation.
Es tut mir leid.
Huh?
I am sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Can I give you a piece of advice? If you open up to us just a little, we won't be so suspicious of you. At least I won't.
There is no need to be suspicious.
That's what a murderer would say.
I am not a murderer.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that's a terrible argument.
It does not matter what I say. Ariella
has her reasons. But if you're nice to her, she'll come around.
She has already decided she hates me.
Sometimes you have to be nice to the people who hate you, just to show them they hate for no good reason. You know, when I first got here, Bridget and Ariella didn't like me too much. I can't say I was keen on them myself, but I knew we were going to have to find a way to live together. So I thought I'll try something fun to win them over a bit. So I decided to do a little science experiment. I was going to make a little rocket using baking soda and vinegar and shoot it off on the sidewalk. Well, when they got home, I was still in the kitchen working on the rocket. And Ariella was in a terrible mood and refused to go outside. So I just mixed it up right there in the kitchen. And it shot up into the ceiling, poking a hole in it and spraying vinegar everywhere. I thought they were going to kill me. And then it was this awful moment of silence. Ariella started laughing so hard, she fell over. And Bridget had tears streaming down her face. When Miss Winslow came home, she was furious. She demanded to know who had done it. Of course, she had to know it was me, but Bridget and Ariella claimed they'd done it and refused to back down. She made them pay to fix the ceiling, and no matter how hard I tried, they wouldn't let me pay them back. Ariella said she never laughed so hard in her life. I'd given her a gift or something stupid like that. Everybody softened up a bit after that. And I guess you could say we're a little family now. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Don't set off a rocket inside?
No, I'm telling you to set off the rocket.
But you broke the ceiling.
I'm telling you to break the ceiling.
I do not understand.
Forget it.
Which do you think?
Hold them up one at a time.
I want that Shiska Outbridge. I don't trust her.
Have you even talked to her?
Sure, I've talked to her. A little too low cut, maybe?
I suppose.
Are you okay?
Fine, just a little lightheaded.
Too frilly?
I don't believe you've talked to her.
I've talked to her.
About what?
About how I don't trust her one bit.
A conversation the likes of that isn't a conversation at all. It's like you're a radio announcer just talking at her. Even if she said something you wouldn't hear.
Why should I listen to her? Zip me up.
Because she might have something worth saying.
What do you think?
I think it's lovely. And I think you should talk to her.
Too frilly. Have you talked to her?
Yes.
Has she said anything worth saying?
She hasn't said anything hateful.
To you, she hasn't.
She hasn't said anything hateful to you either.
How would you know?
What has she said?
Nothing yet.
Give her a chance. She's clearly hurting.
Ugh, she deserves it.
As far as we know, she didn't do anyone harm.
As far as we know, she didn't help anyone either.
It is a letter from my mother.
What is?
This letter I am reading.
Oh, is she still in Germany?
Yeah.
Why didn't she come with you?
It was not easy to leave East Berlin. She worked very hard, spent too much money to get me out.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you miss her.
I do, very much.
What about your father?
He died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Danke.
I don't speak German.
It means thank you.
Oh, how do you say you're welcome?
Bitte.
Bitte.
Do we have a winner?
Why don't you ask Margot?
You must be Meshuggah.
You don't even like my taste in clothes.
I respect your taste, but I also know I hate the blue dress.
Well, if you're never gonna wear it, why do you bother keeping it?
Because I only have 3 nice dresses. I might need it to audition for the role of Little Bo Peep someday.
But still, somebody else might get more use out of it.
Bridge, if you want to borrow it, just ask.
Oh, he wasn't fishing for a handout.
I'm not giving you a handout, I'm just saying you can borrow it.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
So the green dress?
I told you, ask Margot.
I'm wearing the green dress.
Fine.
It needs a necklace though, right?
Definitely.
Do you have one?
What do you think?
I just thought I'd ask.
Margot has one.
Don't try that with me. I'm not falling for it.
She does. I've seen it.
I don't believe you.
It was her mother's, I think. A string of pearls. It would look perfect.
My locket will do the trick. Get some rest. You look wretched.
Thanks very much.
Why did you come to Brooklyn?
Why did you?
For a better education and for a little hope.
I came to survive.
But you're so, I mean, you have blonde hair and you...
That makes it worse in East Berlin. The Soviet soldiers are not kind.
I thought West Berlin was the problem.
West Berlin is America's problem. East Berlin is our problem. The Soviets police our streets and they take whatever they want, whomever they want.
What are you studying now, Gloria? Poetic justice?
Nice dress.
You think so?
I need to study. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Maybe you can teach me a little German.
I do not think I am a very good teacher.
I'm a very good student.
I can try.
Killer diller.
Oh, hey, Mrs. A.
I brought you a little something for dinner.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You don't have to thank me every time, darling.
Yes, I do.
It's shepherd's pie tonight. It's not half bad if I dare say so myself.
I bet it's delicious.
Gabriella, I wanted to tell you, that is to say,
Everything all right?
oh, yes, of course, why wouldn't it be?
It's just that, I mean, the way that you ran out last time, you seemed, I don't know.
That was nothing. I'd forgotten to give Conan his dinner, and I knew he'd be upset with me, so I had to go.
Oh,
Yes, so everything is fine.
What was it you wanted to tell me then?
Oh, just that I made a little donation to Border Angels.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I thought that maybe that,
All right, what's Border Angels?
oh, I thought it was well known. I could donate to something else if that would be better.
Oh, no. Please donate your money where you want. I mean, don't feel like you have to do something just because of me. You've already done so much.
Have I? Well, I don't
Look,
think
I had to
really-
quit their job just to be able to afford normal rent in this neighborhood. You've been a big help.
Well, I suppose. You're welcome. I'd still like to do more. Something that would make a difference. Well, like you were talking about the other day.
I'm sure the Border Angels is a perfectly fine organization. Probably. Sorry, what is it that they do?
Oh, they leave water in the desert and promote legislative immigration reform, that kind of thing. Well, Google said it's a good place to donate if you want to help DACA.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So I thought if I donate, you wouldn't have to worry about doing something.
I mean, I think it's great that you donated to them, but I already know what I'm going to do.
What?
So, I've been doing some research, and it turns out that a lot of these old brownstones were boarding houses for immigrant girls in the 1940s and 50s. I thought I could write my paper about, like, the many generations of immigrants trying to fight for life here in Bushwick. And if I can get enough research to back it up, I want to write about the actual people who lived in this house.
What people?
Which is all the people who have lived here since the house was built. I mean, that Brutscher girl was probably an immigrant, and I bet there were more, especially if most of the residents were renters.
Would it be better to keep it broad? I'm sure you could find some really interesting people to write about if you expanded your paper to cover all of Bushwick.
But I wanted to have a personal angle. I mean, those are the essays that get attention. And to do that, I think I really need to hone in on just a few people, like just one spot. I mean, after all, that box is a gold mine. Ooh, and I've already been doing some more digging on Bridget McCarthy, but there are like about 100 Bridget McCarthys on the internet, so I don't know how much luck I'll have with that. I mean, there is a murder witness and a TV producer and a YouTube star and a pediatrician and a doctor.
A fairly common name.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There were lots of areas of the city that had more immigrants in them, weren't there? I mean, why not write your paper starting with Ellis Island records?
That's not the point. I mean, immigrants had to pass through Ellis Island. I want to write about where they made their homes.
Well, what about if
You know, I
you...
think that this is a really good idea, Mrs. A.
It's a lovely idea. It's just that I don't think
That-
nothing. Nothing's wrong with it, darling. It's perfect. I should get going.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh, yes, you've got your paper to write anyways. I'm just getting in your way.
No, not at all.
It's all right, Gabriella. I'll give you a little space.
All right. Well, thank you for the shepherd's pie. It is delicious.
Good night.